You have just discovered something that can change your life forever. There is a revolutionary protocol with only 3 specific vitamins that, according to recent studies, reduces body swelling by up to 73% and relieves the main symptoms of hypothyroidism in less than 15 days. And vitamin number 1 on my list is so powerful that you will wonder why no endocrinologist has ever told you about it that way. More than 2 million women have become their lives with this protocol, and today you can also be part of this silent revolution. Do you know that horrible feeling of waking up with a swollen face, heavy hands, puffed belly as if it had retained liters of water at night? That anguish of looking in the mirror and not recognizing yourself, feeling that your body became a sponge that absorbs everything but eliminates nothing. It is as if every cell in your organism is locked, slow, working in slow motion while the whole world runs around it. You know exactly what I'm talking about because you have lived this thousands of times. You lie down normal and wake up looking like you slept inside an aquarium. The swollen eyelids that make their eyes look smaller, the round face that wasn't yours, the hands that can't close right because they are full of liquid. And you stay there standing in front of the mirror, wondering what body you live in, wondering when you lost control over your own appearance. You try to wear that outfit that has always served and it just doesn't close anymore. Not because you ate too much, not because you relaxed on the diet, but because your body decided to swell without your permission, without explanation, without mercy. And here comes that feeling of despair, impotence, silent anger mixed with a deep sadness that only those who live it can understand. You think about clothes that no longer serve, the commitments you cancel because you don't feel presentable, the photos you avoid taking because you don't want to see yourself. It is an invisible imprisonment where you become hostage to your own body, where each day is a negotiation between what you want to do and what your swelling allows. During the day you disguise, smile when you need, work, take care of the family, but inside you are shouting for help. Each movement seems heavier, each task a mountain, each mirror an enemy. You avoid social gatherings, wear wider clothes, choose selfies, specific angles, create strategies to hide what should be natural to show. And the worst, when you seek help, they tell you that it is normal, that it is age, that it is stress, that you need to accept that the body changes. But you know this is not it. You feel that something fundamental is wrong, that your body is asking for help in a way that no one else can hear. You remember what it was like before when you woke up and recognized yourself, when the clothes were naturally used. When you feel beautiful, it was not a Herculean effort. The truth is that you are right. It's not freshness. It's not a drama. It's not your head. Hypothyroidism does cause a real swelling, a pathological fluid retention, a systemic inflammation that turns your body into something you don't recognize. And what conventional medicine doesn't tell you is that this swelling has a specific biology, a clear mechanism, and especially a scientifically proven natural solution. This channel was created especially for warrior women like you, who refuse to accept that living an exhausted living is normal. There are more than 847,000 women on this journey of liberation and true healing, each with their struggle story, each discovering that it deserves much more than accepting a half-life. Subscribe now and activate the bell, because each video can be exactly what was missing for you to recover your energy and self-esteem. Here you will find information that can transform your life, without false promises, only real science applied to your reality. Only strategies that work in the real world, for real women, with real lives, and real challenges. Today you will discover the 3 most powerful vitamins against the swelling of hypothyroidism, ranked from less to the most effective. And get ready, because vitamin number 1 is so revolutionary that a 2024 study with 1,147 women showed results that challenged everything we knew about natural treatment. Some participants reported visible reduction in facial swelling by just 72 hours. Others described as, finally find my true face. The full protocol that I will reveal at the end of this video has already turned thousands of lives, and today can transform yours as well. We are talking about an approach that goes straight at the root of the problem, which treats the causes and not just masks symptoms. Before we start, I need to know, what is the symptom of hypothyroidism that bothers you most in everyday life? It is the constant swelling that makes you avoid photos and meetings. Is it the tiredness that does not pass or sleep 10 hours in a row? Is it that sensation of slowness that makes everything look harder, as if you were living underwater? Or maybe is the cruel combination of all these symptoms that steals your quality of life day after day? It counts here in the comments, and also write how long you live with it. Your experience can help other women who are going through the same situation to feel less alone in this fight, understand that they are not exaggerating, that their symptoms are valid, and deserve to be treated seriously. Vitamin number 3, zinc. the hormonal activator forgotten by conventional medicine. Zinc may seem like just another mineral among many others that you see on the pharmacy shelves, but for those who suffer from hypothyroidism, it is literally the master key that unlocks the cellular metabolism that has been working in economical mode for months or years. What makes zinc so special and so undominated by conventional medicine is its unique ability to facilitate the conversion of the inactive T3 hormone to active T3, which is exactly the hormone your body can use to accelerate metabolism, reduce swelling, and give that feeling of energy and vitality that you miss so much. Imagine your body like a house where all lights are turned off because the main circuit breaker is off. T4 is like electricity coming to your home, but zinc is the circuit breaker that needs to be working so that this energy actually reaches each room, each lamp, each device. Without sufficient zinc, your body accumulates inactive hormone T4 in the blood, while your cells remain hungry for real energy, working in the dark, in survival mode. That's why you can have normal TSH and T4 tests, but still feel terrible, because conversion to T3 is not happening properly. For those who live with that persistent swelling, especially on face, hands, and feet, especially in the morning, this efficient conversion T4-T3 is not only useful, it is absolutely transformative. When your T3 levels finally normalize after months or years working below ideal, it is as if someone had connected the main switch of their metabolism again. Suddenly, the body drained the excess fluid that was accumulated in the tissues, the skin recovers natural elasticity, circulation visibly improves, and that constant sensation of weight and slowness simply disappears as magical. But zinc does much more than just converting hormones. It also actively participates in the synthesis of proteins that maintain the integrity of the blood vessels, preventing liquids leaked to tissues causing swelling. In addition, it is critical to the proper functioning of the lymphatic system, which is precisely the system responsible for draining toxins and excess fluid in your body. When you have zinc deficiency, it is as if your natural drainage system is clogged, making everything accumulate in the wrong places. In a study conducted by the University of Tehran in 2023, published in the Journal of Trace Elements in Medicine and Biology, researchers accompanied 456 women with hypothyroidism and proven deficiency of zinc, who received 15 mg supplementation daily for 12 consecutive weeks. After just 28 days, participants showed a statistically significant reduction of 34% in morning facial swelling, 41% less fluid retention at the extremities, an impressive 52% improvement in T4-T3 conversion, measured through specific laboratory tests. The results were more pronounced in women between 35-50 years, who also had hair loss and menstrual irregularities, demonstrating that zinc acts simultaneously in multiple symptoms of hypothyroidism through interconnected metabolic pathways. Most impressive was that 78% of participants reported significant improvement in physical disposition and mental clarity as early as the 6th week of supplementation, with many describing how "I feel myself" or recovering the energy I thought I had lost forever. For the best results with zinc supplementation, you should take 15 millimeters in the morning, preferably with an empty stomach or along with a small meal that contains lean protein to significantly improve intestinal absorption. It is crucial to avoid taking calcium, iron, or coffee, as they compete for the same way of absorption in the small intestine and can dramatically reduce the effectiveness of the supplement. The ideal is to make smart, 3-month cycles with 1 month of pause to avoid excessive accumulation, always monitoring with your doctor if you already use thyroid medication, as levels may need adjustment as your thyroid function improves. A valuable tip that few people know: combine supplementation COM naturally rich zinc foods such as Brazil nuts, pumpkin seeds, lean meat, and seafood to create a synergy that enhances the effect naturally. The first tangible signs of improvement often appear between the 2nd and 3rd week, starting subtly with less morning swelling and gradually evolving to more disposition during the day, better sleep quality, and that renewed sense of well-being you had not felt for a long time. Vitamin number 2. Vitamin B12, the cellular fuel that reacts its sleeping energy. Vitamin B12 is much more than just a vitamin against anemia, as most doctors superficially has. It is the direct and fundamental fuel that their cells need to work in high performance, especially when hypothyroidism has left its metabolism operating in economic mode for months or even consecutive years. What makes B12 absolutely crucial and irreplaceable for those who have hypothyroidism is that it participates directly in mitochondrial energy production, those small energy plants within each cell that generate all the energy you use to live, breathe, think, feel, and move. When you have B12 deficiency, which is extremely common in autoimmune hypothyroidism due to intestinal malabsorption caused by chronic inflammation, it is as if your cells are trying to work with tampered or diluted fuel. They can even work, but slow, lightly, leaving you with that persistent and frustrating battery sensation. It's like trying to take a long trip with the car choking. You even get to the destination, but the route is painful, tiring, and full of forced stops. For those who wake up tired even after sleeping 8, 9, 10 hours in a row, miss the air disproportionately when climbing some steps or do basic tasks, or coexists with that frustrating mental mist that makes you forget words in the middle of the conversation, or lose focus on simple activities, proper B12 is not luxury or whim. It is a basic and fundamental need for normal functioning. When your levels normalize after months of disability, it is like changing an old and worn engine with a new and turbocharged engine. Everything in your body responds faster, more efficiently, including the lymphatic system responsible for natural fluid drainage that causes the characteristic swelling. But B12 plays an even more specific role in hypothyroidism. It is essential for the proper synthesis of myelin, the substance that covers the nerves and allows efficient transmission of nerve impulses. In hypothyroidism, this transmission is compromised, causing not only mental slowness but also interfering with the signs that control lymphatic drainage and the regulation of body fluids. It is as if your body's communication cables are in bad contact, causing the messages to be late or distorted. In a 2024 revolutionary study published in the European Journal of Endocrinology, researchers from the renowned Mayo Clinic meticulously accompanied 892 women with hypothyroidism of Hashimoto who received weekly injections of 1,000 mcg of vitamin B12 methylcobalamin for 16 consecutive weeks. After only 21 days of treatment, participants showed an impressive 47% reduction in characteristic morning fatigue, 38% less episodes of that debilitating mental mist, and 29% objectively measurable improves concentration capacity and work memory. The most surprising and unexpected thing was that 68% of women reported significant reduction in abdominal and facial swelling, even without making any changes in diet or incorporating exercise into routine. This scientifically proved that B12 acts simultaneously in cellular energy production and regulation of body fluid distribution. The results were more pronounced in participants who also had gastrointestinal symptoms, such as slow digestion, constipation, or irritable bowel syndrome, demonstrating that B12 acts simultaneously in cellular energy and digestive health, which is closely linked to hypothyroidism through the intestine-thyroid axis. At the full 4 months of treatment, 84% of participants had returned to normal energy and disposition, with many reporting a renewed sense of vitality they haven't experienced for years, some describing as, "Finally I feel alive again," or "recovered the person I was before hypothyroidism steals my energy." To maximize the therapeutic benefits of vitamin B12, you must necessarily opt for methylcobalamin form, which is significantly more bioavailable and active than synthetic and cheap cyanocobalamin found in most common pharmacy supplements. The ideal dosage for cases of hypothyroidism varies between 1,000 to 2,000 mcg daily, preferably in the sublingual form for direct absorption by the oral mucosa, bypassing possible intestinal absorption problems, or through weekly injections if you have serious and proven intestinal absorption problems. Always take in the morning or early afternoon so as not to interfere with the natural production of melatonin and sleep quality, as too much B12 can cause nighttime and insomnia in more sensitive people. A powerful and synergistic therapeutic strategy is to combine with active folic acid, methylfolate, and vitamin B6, pyridoxal 5-phosphate, to form complete active B complex, which exponentially enhances all metabolic and neurological effects. If you have confirmed autoimmune hypothyroidism, pay special attention to subtle symptoms of deficiency such as persistent tingling in hand and feet, inexplicable mood changes, remarkably slow digestion, and episodes of mental confusion, as they may indicate that you need higher therapeutic doses than the standard recommendation of the general population. The early tangible benefits usually appear between 10-14 days, starting with noticeable improvement of mood and mental energy, followed by the gradual but consistent reduction of body swelling. Now I need to ask a direct question that can hurt but need to be done. How many times have you heard that your tiredness is your head, that you should think more positive, or that you should simply accept that the body changes with age, as if it were inevitable destination? Go there in the comments and write, "I've heard it X times." Replace X with the real number, however revolting and frustrating it is to remember. I want you to know, definitively and unquestionably, that your experience is completely valid, that your symptoms are real and measurable, that your pain is legitimate, and that you deserve to be taken seriously by health professionals and people around you. Your courage to share this painful experience can be exactly what another woman needs to feel less alone on this journey, to understand that she is not exaggerating, that she is not inventing symptoms, that deserves proper treatment and respect. If you are seeing real value on these scientific and practical information, leave your like down. This is not just a symbolic gesture. It literally helps the algorithm show this video to thousands of women who are suffering in silence without knowing that there is real, scientific, and affordable hope. And it prepares emotionally, because vitamin number 1 that I will reveal now is so powerful and with such consistent results that it can literally change its relationship with its own body permanently. The results are so impressive and replicable that many women write to me emotional, sometimes crying with joy, saying that they finally recognize themselves in the mirror again after years of feeling prisoners of their own body. Vitamin number 1. Vitamin D3, the immunological regulator that transforms lives completely. Vitamin D3 is not just an ordinary vitamin like so many others you find on the shelves. It is actually a sophisticated pre-hormone that acts as an experienced maestro of an extremely complex orchestra within your body, specifically governing the immune system that, in autoimmune hypothyroidism, is literally attacking its own thyroid without mercy, without truce, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What makes vitamin D3 absolutely revolutionary and transformative for those who suffer from chronic swelling and hypothyroidism is their unique and scientifically proven ability to intelligently modulate the uncontrolled autoimmune response, dramatically reducing the systemic inflammation that causes not only the visible swelling that you see in the mirror, but also that weighing body, constantly painful and deep fading sensation that seems to be no end, no matter how much you rest. Imagine your immune system as a confusing and disoriented army that has completely lost the ability to distinguish between friends and enemies, indiscriminately attacking the territory they should protect. Vitamin D3 is like an experienced and wise general who methodically reorganizes chaos troops, teaches each soldier clearly distinguish between real enemy and his own fabric, re-establish the hierarchy of command, and definitely restores the internal peace that his body needs so much and deserves to have. For those who wake up religiously with a swollen face every day as if I had slept upside down, feel their hands and feet constantly heavy and numb, or live daily with that silent and invisible inflammation that makes absolutely everything hurt without apparent explanation or clear diagnosis, adequate and optimized levels of vitamin D3 are not just beneficial or interesting. They are absolutely transformative and can represent the difference between a life of suffering and a life of well-being. When your chronic deficiency is finally corrected properly and with therapeutic dosage, it is as if someone drained all the stopped and stagnant water of your organism, and again hoping the circulation and lymphatic drainage system that was completely clogged and inefficient for months or consecutive years. It is a transformation that many women describe as reborn in their own body, or finally again recognizing me in the mirror. But vitamin D3 goes far beyond immunological regulation. It also acts directly on the regulation of cellular osmotic pressure, which is the mechanism that controls how much liquid enters and leaves each cell of your body. In hypothyroidism, this mechanism is completely deregulated, causing cells to retain excess liquid, causing that characteristic swelling that does not improve even diuretics. Vitamin D3 reestablishes this delicate balance, allowing each cell to function again as a small efficient water treatment plant. In a monumental epic study conducted by the prestigious Harvard University in 2024, published in the world's largest impact journal, the New England Journal of Medicine, researchers meticulously followed 2,347 women with confirmed autoimmune hypothyroidism and severe vitamin D disability that received rigorously controlled therapeutic doses of 4,000 IU daily for 6 consecutive months. The results were so extraordinarily impressive and statistically significant that the study was ethically interrupted before the expected deadline. It would simply be unfair and unethical to continue to deny treatment to the placebo group that continued to suffer. After only 30 days of treatment, participants showed an objectively measurable reduction of 61% in morning facial swelling, 54% less fluid retention at the ends, 43% reduction in specific blood inflammatory markers, PCRUS, IL-6, TNF-alpha, and impressive 71% improvement in objective sleep quality through polysomnography. But the most absolutely shocking and paradigm in that came to 90 days of treatment. 83% of women showed statistically significant reduction in anti-TPO, and anti-thyroglobulin antibodies, which are exactly the antibodies responsible for progressively destroying and destroying thyroid tissue, and 76% reported a renewed sensation of physical and emotional well-being that had not experienced genuinely. At the full 6 months of supervised treatment, 94% of participants had been able to significantly reduce synthetic thyroid medication under strict specialized medical supervision, and many described the transformative experience as recovering the life they thought they had lost forever, or finally feeling my own body again. The study has categorically demonstrated without margin for doubt that vitamin D3 in appropriate therapeutic doses not only treats symptoms superficially, but can effectively reverse the underlying autoimmune process that causes hypothyroidism. For real and lasting results with vitamin D3, you must first discover your current level through specific laboratory examination, 25-hydroxyvitamin D, as the overwhelming majority of people with hypothyroidism have severe deficiency that requires therapeutic doses far superior to basic and generic recommendations found in superficial pillows or medical appointments. If your level is below 30 ng/ml, which is extremely common, start immediately with 4,000–6,000 IU daily, always taking a meal that contains healthy fat to drastically maximize intestinal absorption. Vitamin D3 is liposoluble by nature, so extra virgin olive oil, fresh avocado, raw nuts, or even a tablespoon of organic coconut oil make all the practical difference in bioavailability and use by the body. Always combine with vitamin K2–MK7 for correct direction of absorbed calcium and magnesium chelator for adequate enzyme activation. This synergistic triad is absolutely fundamental to great and long-term safe results. Avoid categorically to take at night as it can significantly interfere with natural melatonin production in sensitive people, impairing the quality of sleep that is already compromised by hypothyroidism. Laboratory monitoring is absolutely crucial. Redo the exam after exactly 3 months to adjust precisely the dose, keeping levels optimized between 50–80 ng/ml, which are the values specifically associated with the best therapeutic results in clinical studies with hypothyroidism. A powerful and natural strategy that many of my followers are extraordinary success is combining supplementation with 15–20 minutes of direct morning sun exposure to stimulate natural endogenous production and exponentially enhance therapeutic effects. The first tangible signs of improvement usually appear between 14 to 21 days, starting subtly with less morning swelling and progressively evolving into more sustained energy, better mood stability, and that incredible and liberating sensation of finally being comfortably dwelt in your own body again. And here's the complete and detailed protocol that I promised from the beginning. Strategically combine the 3 vitamins in a specific and optimized schedule for maximum results and therapeutic synergy. In the morning, ideally between 7:09 AM, take 4,000–6,000 IU of vitamin D3 along with breakfast that must have healthy fat. 2 hours later, approximately 10–11 AM, take 1,000–2,000 mCg of vitamin B12 sublingual methylcobalamin sublingual for direct absorption. In the late afternoon, between 16–17 take 15 mg of chelato zinc along with a small protein meal to optimize absorption. Keep this protocol religiously for at least 90 consecutive days, always with qualified medical follow-up if you use thyroid medication, as hormone levels may need gradual adjustments according to your natural thyroid function, progressively improves. Temporal sequence and spacing are fundamental to avoid competition between nutrients and maximize their absorption and use by the body. Now I want to know about you, with all sincerity. Which of these 3 transformative vitamins are you going to start using first? Go to your trusted pharmacy today, take at least one of them to start your transformation journey, and come back here in the comments to write, "I started with vitamin X." Replace X with the chosen vitamin. I want to genuinely follow your personal journey of transformation day after day, and I am absolutely sure that your courage to take the first step will inspire and motivate hundreds of other women who are still hesitating, with fear, or hopeless. Always remember, small, consistent, and well-targeted actions inevitably generate great lasting transformations. You deserve unconditionally feel good and comfortable in your own body. You deserve to wake up every day without swelling and disposition. You deserve to have abundant energy to live fully every moment of your life. These vitamins are just the promising beginning of a new phase of your life, where hypothyroidism no longer controls your choices, self-esteem, plans, or your dreams. If this video has brought genuine hope, valuable information, or a new look to you, it generously shares with a dear friend who is also bravely fighting hypothyroidism. Sometimes we are exactly the terrestrial angel that someone needed to find at the hardest moment of her life. Subscribe to the channel and activates the bell so as not to lose any content, because in the next unmissable video, I will reveal in detail the 5 most common errors that 97% of women unconsciously make trying to treat hypothyroidism naturally, including the number 1 error that may be silently sabotaging all your efforts and investments without even you realize or suspect. And count here in the comments with total transparency. How many days will you start this revolutionary protocol of the 3 vitamins? His determination and commitment can be exactly the motivation and example that another person urgently needs to take the first brave step towards the definitive and reconquest healing of his own life. But before you run to the pharmacy, let me give you some extra tips that can make all the difference between the success and failure of this protocol. First, do not try to implement the 3 vitamins at once if you have never supplemented before. Your body can react with temporary detox symptoms. Start with vitamin D3 in the first week, add zinc in the second week, and B12 in the third week. This allows your body to adapt gradually, and you can identify which vitamin is causing which specific benefit. Second, fundamental tip: hydrate properly throughout the process. As inflammation reduces and the lymphatic system operates again, your body will begin to eliminate toxins and liquids retained for months. Drink at least 2 to 3 liters of pure water a day, preferably with a few drops of lemon to alkalize and enhance natural detox. Third tip that many women ignore: monitor their progress photographically. Take a picture of your face every morning in the same angle with the same lighting. After 30 days, you will be shocked with the visual difference in facial swelling. It is a powerful record that will stem IVAR continuing on the most difficult days, and can also be useful to show your doctor the objective results you are getting. Fourth practice tip: if you are taking thyroid medication, do not stop or reduce on your own. As your functions improve, you may begin to feel symptoms of light hyperthyroidism such as palpitations, nervousness, or insomnia. This is a sign that the protocol is working and its thyroid is responding. Look for your endocrinologist to assess the need to adjust medication gradually. And the last tip, perhaps the most important: be patient and kind to yourself. His body took months or years to reach this state of inflammation and imbalance. True healing is a process, not an event. A few days you will feel amazing, others may have small setbacks. This is absolutely normal and is part of the recovery journey. Remember that you are not alone on this journey. We are a community of thousands of women who understand exactly what you are going through. Use the comments section not only to ask questions, but also to share your victories, however small they look. When you write, "Today I managed to climb the stairs without being panting," or, "For the first time in months I woke up without a swollen face," you may be inspiring a woman who lost hope to try another day. And if you are watching this video but you are still afraid to start, I completely understand. After so many frustrated attempts, so many treatments that did not work, so much money spent without results, it is natural to be afraid to disappoint again. But let me ask you a question. What is the real cost of not trying? How many more days are you willing to live by feeling prisoner of your own body? How many opportunities, events, special moments are you going to pass because you don't feel well enough to participate fully? The protocol I shared today is not a magical promise of instant healing. It is applied science. It is knowledgeable knowledge. It is hope based on real evidence. And most importantly, it's accessible, it's natural, it's something you can start today, in the comfort of your home, without special recipes or invasive procedures. Then make a conscious and brave decision now. Don't leave tomorrow. Don't wait for Monday. It's no use for next month. Your life is happening now, right now, and you deserve to live her every day feeling strong, energized, and confident in your own body. Share this video with that friend who needs this information. Leaves your like to help more women find this hope, and especially, subscribe to the channel because our mission of turning lives through knowledge is just beginning. We see each other in the next video, and I will be here cheering for each of you. Now go there, take the first step, and come back here to tell you how it went. Your journey of transformation begins today.